Alright, what's up everybody? It's Waffle, and basically today we are here to build a computer as fast and illegal as my car. So the entire concept behind this is basically to build something RGB as fuck, great for porn, great for gaming, great for pretty much anything you can imagine. So the first product we're using here today is the Intel i9-9900K. So the idea behind this is quite simple actually, 8 cores, 16 threads, 5 gigahertz overclock. What more can you ask for? It's the fastest gaming processor on the market, so obviously that's what we're going to use. Next up we have the NZXT X72 Kraken. So this is for our all-in-one liquid cooling. It's a 360 millimeter radiator with 3 120mm fans. We will be replacing those and I'll get right to that. So, the motherboard. I spent 3.5 months waiting on this fucking thing. It is one of 30 in Canada. So, basically, this was 800 Canadian dollars. Went through hell to get it. Took way too long. Biggest thing, RGB. It's covered. Aesthetic. Next up, we have the HX1000i, which for our current system with one 2080 Ti will be perfectly fine. If we ever end up SLIing them for absolutely no reason whatsoever, because we'll never need to, we will move up to 1300 watts though. For memory, we are running crucial 1 terabyte NVMe. I'm not sure what the speed on this is, but it's got a couple things on the side. So we are also running the Samsung 860 EVO in 500 gigabytes for the external solid state, and a WD Blue 2 terabyte HDD. So this is for all the porn, while everything else is used for the gaming. For RAM, we are with the Trident Z RGB, 32 gigabytes at 3200 megahertz. It looks great, it performs great. You can't really ask for much more. So, what we will be doing is replacing the case fans with 6 LL120s. It is one of the best looking RGB fans on the market right now, so there wasn't really anything else to compete with at that point. And the big guy, we have the RTX 2080 Ti Gaming X Trio. Believe it or not, if nobody knows who the fuck you are, it's pretty difficult to get your hands on one of these. But here we are, so it's ready to go in. And finally, we will be using Corsair's 570X case. Big thing is, because everything we're doing is RGB, you're going to be able to see everything through here. You're going to see all the fans we're doing on the front end of the panel and on the top. And it should look pretty fucking good by the end of it. First thing we're going to do is throw in 6 LL120 fans. So that's these guys right here. We are going to replace the 3 at the front, and then we're going to put one right back here. Basically that's for our exhaust fan. We are going to put 2 on top, so that's one here and one here, which you can see that there's 2 pre-applied slots already for them. And then we will be replacing the 3 fans on the front here with 3 LL120s as well. So that'll give us a much better RGB coverage, kind of look a hell of a lot better than what it comes with. Alright, so we got the first 3 fans done. So that's the one in the rear here, and then we've got the 2 up top right here. Next thing we're going to do is take this thing right here, the X72. We're going to replace the 3 fans on it with 3 more LL120s and remove the 3 front fans right here. We've gotten the the last 3 fans up on the front of the case here. So we now have 6 LL120s ready to RGB it the fuck up when we finish the endless amounts of wiring ahead. And we got the X72, the radiator right here, and the pump coming off. We also had a sleeving kit from Cable Mods, so we will be using white sleeved cables alongside this. Next up is the motherboard. All right, so we got the motherboard here ready for us. We are going to put in the 32 gigs of RGB RAM and the Intel i9 processor. So first we're just gonna throw the RAM in there. All right, so we're just gonna open all of these slots here. Perfect. And this isn't perfectly centered, so you do have to aim it correctly. Got 2 satisfying clicks there. Good. Perfect. So that's our 32 gigs of RAM there. Looking good. And next up is this i9. So we're just gonna open this up here. Pull the little plastic tab out, there we go. And deal with the most delicate and terrifying process. Not that it actually requires a whole lot of skill. What you do want to do is the little arrow that you're getting here on the processor. Generally there should be an arrow right here on the motherboard, as you can see, to line it up with. So you want to make sure you're lining that up. And you're going to grab it by the sides. Try not to touch the top of it there. And definitely don't touch the bottom. The pins are very sensitive. And we'll just be dropping it in, just like that. And then we are all good to close this up. Just like that. Next up is a little bit of cable management. We're gonna work on getting the power supply cables all managed out, all the fan cables managed, and then we will be back to put in that 2080 Ti. All right, so we've gotten the important stuff down. We've got basically motherboard installed, RAM, CPU, liquid cooler, all the fans, everything like that. So at this point we're just gonna hook up the power supply. We're gonna get the little bit of cable management done, and then we will get back to showing the final build after we've hooked it up to our monitor, which is still a bit of a surprise here, and all the other RGB goodies we got. So we'll be back soon with the final product. All right, as you can see, we finished her up. We put the RTX 2080 Ti in here. Ended up removing the white sleeving off of the AIO, and we got the 1000-watt power supply in here. So after a hell of a lot of cable management and very little sleep, let's take a look at the final build.